Sometimes the most crushing defeats become the foundation for the greatest comebacks. And Pat Kelsey's inaugural season at Louisville proves exactly that. When the Cardinals stepped onto their home court at the sold-out KFC Yum Center early in the 2024-25 season, expectations were sky high. Louisville fans had been starving for relevance, and here was their chance to make a statement against 12th-ranked Tennessee. Instead, they witnessed what can only be described as basketball brutality, a humiliating 77-55 demolition that left everyone questioning whether this new era would be any different from the disappointment of recent years. But here's where it gets controversial. That devastating loss might have been the best thing that happened to Louisville basketball all season. Kelsey's first year as head coach ultimately delivered something Cardinal fans hadn't seen in nearly a decade. 27 victories for the first time since the 2014-15 campaign, and their first NCAA Tournament appearance since 2019. The transformation was nothing short of remarkable, but it started with that painful reality check against the Volunteers. The Tennessee massacre wasn't just a regular loss. It was a complete, systematic breakdown. Rick Barnes' Volunteers stormed out to a commanding 10-0 advantage right from the opening tip, establishing their dominance early and never looking back. By halftime, Louisville found themselves staring at a daunting 40-26 deficit, and the second half only confirmed what everyone in the arena already knew. This wasn't going to be Louisville's night. Tennessee outscored the Cardinals 37-29 in the final 20 minutes, turning what should have been a celebration into a sobering wake-up call. During his recent appearance on CBS Sports' Inside College Basketball Now with John Rothstein, Kelsey didn't sugarcoat what happened that evening. With characteristic honesty, he admitted, "You put it very kindly that they beat us pretty convincingly. They tore our face off. They beat the living crap out of us." This wasn't coach speak or diplomatic deflection. This was raw acknowledgement of a team that had been thoroughly outclassed. And this is the part most people miss. Kelsey embraced that humiliation as fuel rather than letting it become poison. It's well documented in several interviews that I've said, "That was a great turning point for us," Kelsey explained. Obviously, we were playing against a Hall of Fame coach, and they played with physicality and tenacity that day. The respect for Tennessee's performance was evident. But more importantly, Kelsey recognized the valuable lesson hidden within the embarrassment. Kelsey then shared wisdom from his coaching mentor Skip Prosser, delivering a quote that perfectly encapsulates the mindset that would define Louisville's season. "Never accept a victory in which you wouldn't accept a defeat." For those new to basketball coaching philosophy, this means maintaining the same standards and approach whether you win by 30 points or lose by 30 points. Consistency in preparation, film study, and team meetings becomes the foundation for long-term success. Even when you win, I think coaches watch the tape and address their team after those wins when you get into the film sessions in the same mentality you would when you lose, Kelsey elaborated. You've got to be consistent with that. When you face adversity like that and get beat convincingly, it's a great learning lesson. The good thing is we got better from it. The proof was in the pudding. Following that crushing 22-point defeat, Louisville embarked on one of the most impressive turnarounds in college basketball, winning an astounding 25 of their next 31 contests. This wasn't just about padding stats against weak opponents. The Cardinals demonstrated their growth by defeating quality opposition like West Virginia and 14th-ranked Indiana in the Battle for Atlantic Tournament. Perhaps even more impressive was their dominance in Atlantic Coast Conference play, where they compiled an outstanding 18-2 record. For a program that had been wandering in the wilderness of mediocrity, this represented a complete culture shift. The team that had been embarrassed in front of their home crowd had transformed into a legitimate conference contender. Their season eventually ended with losses to Duke in the ACC Championship game and Creighton in the NCAA Tournament's round of 64. But by then, the damage was done, in the best possible way. Kelsey had successfully planted the seeds of hope in a program that had been desperately searching for an identity. Now here's what makes this story truly fascinating. How many coaches would publicly admit their team got their face torn off and use it as a badge of honor? Most would make excuses about injuries, bad calls, or unlucky shooting nights. Kelsey's willingness to own the defeat completely and transform it into motivation speaks to a coaching philosophy that might just be revolutionary in today's world of manufactured positivity. But this raises an interesting question that might spark some debate. Is getting thoroughly dominated early in the season actually better for a team's development than winning close games? Some might argue that confidence-building victories are more valuable than harsh reality checks, especially for a program trying to rebuild its reputation. The Cardinals' remarkable turnaround suggests otherwise. But what do you think? Can devastating losses truly serve as better teachers than hard-fought wins? And more controversially, should coaches be more honest about their team's failures, even if it means admitting they got the living crap beaten out of them? As Louisville heads into the 2025-26 season, with elevated expectations and renewed confidence, Pat Kelsey's first year stands as a testament to the power of embracing failure as a pathway to success. The question now is whether they can build on that foundation or if the pressure of expectations will create new challenges. What's your take? Do you believe that Tennessee beatdown was truly the catalyst for Louisville's success? Or would they have found their way regardless? Share your thoughts, and let's debate whether sometimes you need to get knocked down before you can truly learn to stand tall.